why a parenting programme for drug-proofing your kids? We educate our children about drugs an awful lot. It starts from a very young age. My daughter in year 3, so age 7, knew the difference between a legal and an illegal substance. That's what they were taught in school at that age. So we educate our children, we tell them about drugs, we tell them about the dangers of drugs and alcohol. Why do we need a parenting programme? Why do parents need to know? Why do parents need to be aware of these things and to learn about these things and to learn about how to prevent them? I'm just going to read to you a quote from the National Statistics for Drug Misuse in England 2012 report. You can get your mouth around that. And it says this, this is based on asking school pupils. It says almost all pupils thought that their families would either try to stop them taking drugs or would try to persuade them to stop. There was a strong relationship between drug use and families' attitudes. People who thought their families had a more lenient attitude to their drug taking were more likely to have taken drugs than those who thought their families would try to stop them. So, a parenting programme, because families are incredibly important in the fight against drug taking, drug misuse. I just want to say at this point that within the context of this course, when we talk about drugs, we mean not just illegal substances, but alcohol as well. Alcohol being obviously one of the biggest problems among young people.
Do you cover legal highs?
There is a sort of technical education part to the course which probably will cover legal highs. We actually have an outside speaker that comes in, so I'm sure they will talk about that as well. So what's going on locally? I've taken these statistics from the Police Crime and Justice Advice website. In Highbridge, a 1 mile radius from the centre of Highbridge, from May to September 2013, so a 3-month period, there were 22 recorded incidences of crime relating to possession, supply or production of illegal substances, making up 4.8% of all recorded crime. And there were 220 incidences of antisocial behaviour, making up 47.5% of all recorded crime. Now I did check with the police officers who came to this afternoon's session, and they confirmed that pretty much all of that antisocial behaviour is fuelled by alcohol. Okay, so 47.5% of recorded crime in a 3-month period in Highbridge fuelled by alcohol. Obviously we're talking about adults, not just young people, but a lot of it will be young people. In Burnham it's pretty much the same story, 4.8% of recorded crime relating to possession, supply or production of illegal substances, and 49.5% antisocial behaviour. So pretty high figures for what's going on locally. These figures are taken from the European School Survey Project on Alcohol and Other Drugs. And at the time of the survey, so this is, these are figures from 2011, which were published at the end of last year. 65% of 15 to 16-year-olds in the UK had drunk alcohol within the past 30 days. 52% admitted to heavy episodic drinking, which is 5 or more drinks at one time in the past 30 days. And 25% of 15 to 16-year-olds said that they had used cannabis at some point in their lives. 9% admitted to having used other drugs. And the notable thing on that report is that the UK figures are all higher than the European averages. Okay, so it's not a good story in the UK. So from that we can see that even though we educate our children about the dangers of drug and alcohol misuse, a lot more needs to be done. And Care for the Family think, and I happen to agree with them, that a parenting programme is a really good way to involve the whole family, strengthen relationships within the family, bring a real positive effect into children's lives so that they are less likely to experiment with drugs and alcohol. So, prevention is the key aim, and I'm getting to advance my... Yeah. Other benefits of a parenting programme. Well, relief and comfort can be found in a safe environment. So parents who come along, they're all in the same boat. Hopefully they all have children of a similar age. 8 to 14 is the target age for parents parents of those children coming to the sessions. A generation of ideas and strategies from other parents. The course itself is very much based on discussion, working things out for themselves. Although I'm a facilitator, it's certainly not about me standing at the front and telling people how to drug-proof their kids. I would say to the parents at the beginning, I've not got all the answers. It's definitely about working it out for themselves and finding these things out for themselves. So a lot of it comes from discussion within the course sessions. And then ongoing support and accountability. There's an opportunity for these parents who come on the course to set up a network so that they can discuss things amongst themselves afterwards. They can continue to support one another if that works out, and share information, local information as well. So the objectives of the course, one of them is to develop home-based plans to help influence the children's choices, to better inform parents about the dangers of alcohol and drug use and the related harm. As I said, there is a technical session where we have an outside speaker, hopefully somebody from the police force, who brings along their drug box and talks very specifically about what's going on locally and what the effects of the drugs are. There's an opportunity as well for parents to examine their own beliefs and attitudes and behaviours to alcohol and drugs. I know I spoke to a youth worker recently who works up on the Moorland estate, and he said that one of the problems he finds is that young people will turn up at youth club and they have drugs that they have stolen from their parents. So unfortunately those are the sort of families who we won't attract to a course like this. But we all as parents give messages to our children in some way or another, so there's an opportunity to examine our own beliefs and the messages that we give. And also an opportunity to gain community information and access local support, as I said. So, let me go back. That way. This is a basic outline of the course, the sessions. There are 6 two-hour sessions in the course, and each session is a fairly packed 2-hour session. Every session will have in it video clips, PowerPoint slides, time for group discussion and feedback, and a good old flip chart. There'll be individual exercises to look at within the parent handbook, which is a good time to say that every parent who comes will get a parent handbook. I've got a couple here if you want to have a look afterwards. Yeah.
Don't look whilst I'm talking.
No. As I say, every parent that comes gets one of these, and the Youth Project are funding this, so we want to make it free for the parents to come. These actually cost us £10 per book.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're worth every penny.
They're brilliant books.
You're not photocopy them.
I think that's allowed.
I don't think we're allowed to do that, no.
Otherwise it wouldn't fund itself.
Yeah.
Very good.
So every parent that comes gets one of those books, which is theirs to keep and take home with them. There's exercises in there for them to do. There's a bit of homework. There's questionnaires. There's all sorts in there for them, which hopefully they'll take and use and enjoy using. Take it home to their spouse or partner. I mean, unfortunately, I think it's probably naive to think that we'd get 2 parents from a family coming because of babysitting constraints, although that would be the ideal. But mostly we're likely probably to get one or other.
If they've got 2 parents.
Yeah, if they've got 2 parents, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a very, very quick run through what's included in each session in the course, and it will be quick because I'm not going to keep you for very long tonight. Just to give you an idea, as I said, what I want you to do is to go back to wherever you come from and say, this course is running at this time and we think you should do it, to the parents that you come into contact with. So if I can give you an idea of what's in the course, then hopefully you'll be armed with the right information.